LASCO, followed by Chief Scott Smitty. That SCO, 1T, Smitty is SMITHEE. And finally, we're going to have Brian Bowe, DOWE, the Executive Director of the Garlic Festival. Understand that the situation is still fluid, it's active. This will be a short briefing, followed by no more than 3 to 5 questions. We are planning a press conference first thing tomorrow morning, which will be pushed out via our social and digital media platforms. My name is Captain Pedro Espinoza, ESPINOZA. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. First, let me say that I want to express my extreme shock and sadness for what's happened today. This is an active investigation. I would ask for the thoughts and prayers of the community as our Gilroy police officers continue to investigate this tragic and senseless crime. Also, our thoughts and prayers are going out to the victims and their families. We are, again, continuing the investigation. We plan on being out here all night. And as was said earlier, there will be another press conference tomorrow. As the investigation continues, our local law enforcement and their partners will investigate every aspect of this crime. And later you will receive additional information from the chief regarding reunification and ways for individuals to contact the city and reconnect with their loved ones. All right, thank you.
Good evening. I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Gilroy, Scott Smithy. And obviously this is one of those press conferences that you never want to have to give in your community.
Can you speak louder, please? You're very soft.
Sure. This is one of those press conferences you never want to have to give in your community. And it's sort of a nightmare that you hope you never have to live in reality, but unfortunately we find ourselves in the circumstances where we have to live this today. I'm going to give you some brief information with the information that I have right now. We have literally dozens of officers working on this as we speak, so a lot more information will be coming to light throughout the evening and into the morning tomorrow. And if we have additional information to share, we'll push out to our social media platforms, and we'll set up another press conference so that we can share that information with you. This incident tonight started at about 5:41 p.m. There were reports of shooting on the north side of the Garlic Festival area. Officers were in that area and engaged the suspect in less than a minute. The suspect was shot and killed. It appears as if though they had come into the festival via the creek which borders a parking area, and they used some sort of a tool to cut through the fence to be able to gain access through the secure fence line, and that's how they got into the festival area itself. We have one suspect we know that is down. We have some witnesses reporting that there may have been a second suspect, but we don't know if that suspect was engaged in any shooting or whether they may have been in some sort of a support role for the person that we have accounted for. We have at least 15 people injured. We have 4 fatalities that we know of, including the suspect. The officers that engaged the suspect, obviously we have a protocol that we need to deal with for that. So Santa Clara County has a protocol on dealing with officer-involved shootings. So that's just another layer of complexity with the shooting that we're investigating from the suspect. We put out a call for assistance. We had many officers in the park at the time that this occurred, as we do any day during a festival, which accounts for the very quick response time. When we put out the call for help, we've gotten help from agencies all across Santa Clara County and Monterey County. And I can't thank those agencies enough. They came from, pretty good distances away to be here to help support and provide assistance with our investigation and dealing with the chaos of the scene at the time that it occurred. We have set up some things, a reunification, because, in the panic, people go out different ways than they came in, and families got separated. And so we have this area at Gavilan College in Gilroy set up as a reunification area to try to reunite families that got separated. We also have a phone number for families to be able to call, and we have people staffing those phone numbers to work on the reunification process. That phone number is area code 408-846-0584. We also are asking for any witnesses because there was quite a number of people in the park. Anybody that witnessed this incident that can tell us anything, that took any photographs, that perhaps videotaped anything that might be relevant to this investigation, to please contact us. And we've set up a special phone number for witnesses as well. And that phone number is 408-846-0583. And that's about what I know at this point in time.
Chief, at this point, you're not certain that there is a second suspect, that witnesses may have identified a second one, but you're not entirely confident that's the case?
We believe, based on witness statements, that there was a second individual involved in some way. We just don't know in what way.
Do you have a description of this person?
I do not at this point.
Is there a motive
Do
yet?
we know anything about the suspect?
I don't have any information on the suspect yet, and that will take a little bit of time, as with the victims as well. That will take some time before we identify them and make family notification.
What type of firearm was he using?
What is being done to apprehend the second suspect if there is a second suspect?
As I said, we've gotten assistance from literally dozens of law enforcement agencies across 2 counties, and so we have teams working to try to track down and identify leads regarding the second suspect. We're very hopeful that with the witnesses and statements that people are able to give us, that will help us to do that.
Do you have security camera at the festival?
Security cameras?
Yes, like
No, not posted security cameras, no.
The second person was not armed, is that correct?
We do not know what the involvement is of the second person at this point in time.
Can you clarify the amount of people injured and go into some of the injuries of the range?
I don't know what the injuries are. I haven't got a report on that. I do know that the list that they're keeping, the master list, it was up to 15 people the last time I looked at it, and that included the board. I have no idea what the motive is at this point.
So what did witnesses report seeing that made it suggest that there was a second shooter or someone working with the shooter? What did they report to you?
I'm sorry, I don't have specifics on that, other than people reported a subject leaving the area that they thought was associated with this person.
Was it a Gilroy officer that took him out?
It was Gilroy officers that engaged the suspect, yes.
Do you know the age range of those who were injured?
I do not have the age range at this point, I'm sorry. We'll be able to get more of that when we do an update tomorrow.
Is that going to be here?
Children were among the fatalities?
I do not know.
Chief, what type of weapon was found?
He had some sort of a rifle, but I don't know what type of rifle it was.
We talked to people who went to the festival that had questions about security. Do you know, did people have to pass through metal detectors, bag searches to get inside?
Yes, they do have to go through metal detectors. They have wands that they use on people. They search bags. We have very tight security for getting people into the festival.
Can you talk
But
more
it
about
appears
how
that
the
this guy
person
got
got
into
in?
a fence, cutting through a fence, is that correct?
The indications initially given to me is that they use some sort of a tool to cut through a perimeter fence to gain access.
We heard reports that the shooter was dressed as a police officer. Can you verify that at all?
I have not heard that.
Chief, is the scene still considered active?
It is an active scene. Because of the magnitude, it will continue to be active for some time.
A witness said that the person that was the shooter was dressed in camouflage clothes. Can you confirm that?
I do not know.
We'll take one more question, folks.
We're told, based on interviews that we did today, we're told the shooter was shooting at random. Do you know anything on that? Is he shooting at random?
You know, I don't feel comfortable making an assumption, but it appears that way, at least initially, that it was somewhat random as he moved out into the festival area.
And Chief, your just reaction to this happening here at this institution of an annual event that happens here, what's your overall take on this violence happening in your community?
Well, and I'll make that the last question. You know, the city of Gilroy is an incredible community, and we have incredible people here, and I'm really proud to have been the chief here and you know, lead this course because we have such a wonderful community and community support. And I think that this festival is a perfect example of that because it takes literally thousands of our residents that volunteer their time to come put this on for people and to raise funds for all of our community-based organizations and charities and whatnot. And you can't say that about a lot of communities, and I think that the number of people that are willing to give their time for the betterment of other people is a wonderful thing. And it's just incredibly sad and disheartening that an event that does so much good for our community has to suffer from a tragedy like this.
Chief, would you say that a manhunt is underway for the second suspect? Is that a fair characterization?
I would say that's a fair characterization. And I'm gonna stop now.
We're going to allow the executive director of the Garlic Festival, Mr. Brian Bowe, to say a couple of comments.
Good evening. I'm Brian Bowe, executive director of the Gilroy Garlic Festival. Just to reiterate a little bit of what Scott Smith has said, Gilroy is an amazing community, a tightly knit community. We are family. We have the wonderful opportunity in this community to celebrate our family through our Garlic Festival. And for 4 decades, that festival has been our annual family reunion. And it is such a sad, just horribly upsetting circumstance that this happened on the 3rd and final day of this year's festival. Our 4,000 plus local volunteers work so hard every year, and to have seen this event end this way, this day, is just one of the most tragic and sad things that I've ever had to see. And we all feel so upset for those that are impacted, friends, families, neighbors. It's just a horrible thing to experience, and couldn't feel worse. Our prayers do go out to the friends and families and loved ones of everyone that was affected by this. We couldn't be more thankful for the really immediate response of the first responders, the police personnel that were on site. They did an amazing job of controlling the situation as quickly as they possibly could, and we thank them for that. That's about all that I have to say. I'll refer any more questions to anyone else here. Thank you very much.
next update going to be here?
That is yet to be determined. More than likely, it will be somewhere closer to City Hall or Police Department. We will push that out via our digital media platforms. I want to take a second and thank you for your patience. Understand that our community is grieving. Like I mentioned earlier, this is an active investigation. It's fluid. We have multiple allied agencies that are currently assisting us. We'll keep you appraised. And once we solidify the time and location, rest assured that we'll put that out so that we can provide you with the most current information. Again, thank you. I appreciate your patience.